Hundreds of angry Syrian Christians held a protest march on Tuesday in Damascus after a Christmas tree was burned. The protesters, holding a cross, marched through the Bab Touma Christian neighborhood in downtown Damascus to a church. They chanted pro-Christian prayers over the burning of a Christmas tree in Hama province in Central Syria. A video that was circulated on social media showed two masked men setting a Christmas tree on fire in Suqalbaya. Protester Elias Haidar said the protest was to express their anger against the burning of the tree. The rebel group HTS, which led the offensive that ousted Bashar Assad, has promised to protect minorities in Syria and the freedom of religion.
دم المسيحي غالية ارفع صليبك لفوق ارفع صليبك لفوق ارفع صليبك لفوق ارفع صليبك لفوق يا محلى الموت عخشبة صليبنا يا محلى الموت عخشبة صليبنا
فنحن هي كانت مسيرتنا اليوم تضامنا مع او زعل على اللي عم بيصير من اعمال فرديه، ما يدعى باعمال فرديه كثيره بسلبيه، حرق الشجره اللي هي حرق شجره رمز.
North Korea is likely preparing to deploy additional troops in Russia and provide the Kremlin with military equipment, including kamikaze drones. The Kremlin will use this contingent and weapons provided by Pyongyang in its war against Ukraine, reports Yonhap news agency. The assessment by South Korean intelligence services was made in connection with Seoul's information about North Korea sending thousands of soldiers to Russia, which is conducting a large-scale military aggression against Ukraine. It also takes into account the casualties among North Korean soldiers during the fighting. According to South Korea's intelligence agency, the number of casualties among North Korean military personnel is currently estimated at approximately 1,100. A comprehensive assessment of multiple intelligence shows that North Korea is preparing to rotate or increase the deployment of troops in Russia, while currently supplying 240mm rocket launchers and 170mm self-propelled artillery, said the Joint Chiefs of Staff of South Korea in a statement. The South Korean Ministry of Defense also reported some signs that North Korea is moving towards producing and supplying kamikaze drones, which were first unveiled during Kim Jong-un's on-site inspection. The Joint Chiefs of Staff explained that this step reflects Pyongyang's efforts to gain practical combat experience and modernize its conventional weapon systems. Last month, North Korean state media reported that Kim Jong-un observed on-site tests of various types of kamikaze drones. The North Korean leader also called for mass production of this type of weapon, which is becoming increasingly important in modern warfare due to its cost effectiveness. North Korea continues to supply its weapons to Russia. The transfer may include another medium-range ballistic missile, reports Defense Express. Recently, a video was posted online showing another echelon of weapons and military equipment from the DPRK. The footage was allegedly shot in the Tumen region, and this material attracts attention for two reasons. First, the video shows at least 10 self-propelled 170mm artillery systems M1989 Koksan. Moreover, this is the second echelon with such systems spotted on the territory of Russia in recent days. Secondly, in addition to the Koksan systems, 5 pieces of equipment can be seen in the frame, which are probably launchers for Pukguksong-2 medium-range ballistic missiles, also known as Polar Star or KN-15 in the American classification. The newspaper notes that until clear footage is available, it is not yet possible to say for certain that this is the missile. However, there is a high probability that North Korea and Russia have an agreement to strengthen the Russian troops with more and different types of weapons. Like most of North Korea's weapons, the Pukguksong-2 ballistic missile was developed in strict secrecy. Because of this, the exact tactical and technical characteristics remain conditional, especially with regard to its range. Open sources indicate that the missile's operating range can be between 1,200 and 1,300 kilometers. Some sources suggest the possibility of reaching a distance of more than 2,000 kilometers, and some reports even indicate a range of more than 3,000 kilometers. However, such figures look doubtful and are most likely an exaggeration with a propaganda bias. After the recent drone attack, the Novoshaktinsk oil refinery plant was forced to suspend the operation of 2 primary oil processing plants, Reuters reports. Novoshaktinsk refinery began its activity in 2009 and has a capacity of 5.6 million tons. Here, oil is processed into fuel oil, furnace and ship fuel, and they also produce straight gasoline. Recall on the night of December the 19th, a Ukrainian drone attacked the Novoshaktinsk oil plant located 100 kilometers from Rostov-on-Don. Yuri Slyosar, governor of Rostov region, reported this. As a result of the UAV attack, there was a fire in Novoshaktinsk. During the attack, the AVT-2.5-2 unit with a capacity of 7,140 tons per day was damaged. It provides half of the plant's total output. Videos and photos of the fire captured by eyewitnesses were shared on Russian Telegram channels and local community pages. According to local residents, before the fire broke out at the Novoshaktinsk refinery, it was attacked by a large number of drones. An eyewitness told Astra that explosions were heard over the city for about 40 minutes at night, and small arms fire was also heard as the Russians tried to shoot down the drones. According to Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Countering Disinformation, the oil refinery in Novoshaktinsk plays an important role in Russia's defense industry. Diesel fuel and jet fuel are critical resources for military equipment, tanks, armored vehicles, and aviation. The plant supplies these types of fuel to the Russian army, Kovalenko explained. At the same time, the plant's proximity to the Ukrainian border makes it strategically important for the enemy in terms of logistics. Lubricants, fuel additives, and other products manufactured by the plant can be used both in the civilian sector and in military production, he added, noting that this makes the refinery a military target. It should be noted that this is not the first attack on this oil refinery. Due to regular attacks, the company periodically suspends its work, which negatively affects the production of petroleum products. Ukraine regularly carries out drone attacks on oil refineries in the Russian Federation. These actions are aimed at weakening Russia's military infrastructure. Attacks on Russian refineries also affect the domestic fuel market in Russia, leading to rising prices and a reduction in oil product exports.